I've travelled from my rainy Scottish home to then come and study at the warm, humid environment in Belize, which is a pretty decent distance away from my home. I've come here to work with the CRC, the Crocodile Research Coalition, which help in the conservation and research of crocodiles in Central America and help teach the community all about these amazing animals. And let's get straight to the point. My first mission was to go and find some beautiful hatchlings. Now, there's two types of crocs you'll find in Belize. You've got Moret's crocodiles and American crocodiles, and they're the bad boys we're after today. These guys have been known to reach up to 20 feet, but for nowadays, due to the hunting back in the 90s, there's no many like that. They're usually about 13 or 14 feet nowadays. Still huge monsters, but not what they used to be. But luckily, we're only going after these wee youngsters, so fingers crossed we won't meet any bad boys. Or maybe. Now, most people see crocodiles, these big, powerful, dangerous animals that you should stay clear of completely. But the truth is, these animals are one of the best mothers in the animal kingdom. Are just trying to survive, and half the time are terrified of us more than we're scared of them. But unfortunately, American crocodiles are vulnerable nowadays. And they used to be endangered, only being a couple of hundred left in the wild. But luckily, the numbers have popped up now and have gone to vulnerable, being about 2,000 in the wild. But I still know enough, and they still need to bump up. The work we're going to try and do today is we're going to see if we can find any of these beautiful hatchlings that have just been a couple weeks old. So then we can go out, tag them, make sure they're all healthy and good, and so we can keep monitoring as they grow and hope these guys grow big and healthy. So we got our stuff organised and headed out on the boat. With night just around the corner, we headed straight for the mangrove lagoon. It only took us 10 minutes till we got to the bit we needed to go, and we had to go through a tiny little ravine in the mangrove. Using the boat, just trying to ease our way through. It was tight as anything. I got hit by a branch like 7 times. My head still hurts from that. Eventually we got as far as we can. A huge branch was in our way. So then we go out the kayak. Never thought I would actually go croc hunting in a kayak, but here we are. So me and Jonathan jumped on that kayak, and then we started rowing, minding our heads, making sure we didn't hit in the branches, make sure no spiders or anything fall on our heads. And then soon enough, we got to where we need to be. Suddenly we seen all wee pairs of eyes, hundreds of them just staring right back at us. It was something you'd never seen before. The place was pitch black, and with the eyes shine from the lights, you could just see them all looking at us like, what the hell are yous? I was stunned as anything. This is something I've never seen before in my life, and I absolutely loved it. I was shaking like mad. I had no idea if I could catch a crocodile or not. And then I see a wee guy come swim right up next to me, so I just went for it, grab. Go on. Go on. And there he was, yapping away, trying to escape, and he was gorgeous. I absolutely loved looking at him. Jonathan then grabbed another, and so then I've got 2 stuck in my hand, both looking at me like, why the hell you've got me? I'm like, I have no idea. Then Jonathan found the nest these guys were hatched from, so he quickly went on there, went to have a wee nose about, and then we made the decision to go and see how we can catch any more. I got left with the job of being the crocodile nanny, and so while Jonathan was doing all the hard work, paddling along, trying to catch the crocs as he can, I was just sitting there minding my business, having a wee conversation with these crocodiles. The cutest things ever. Now, one by one, Jonathan just keeps grabbing and just passes them to me. Keeps passing these crocodiles one by one. I've got tiny hands. I can't hold as many crocs. And so by the end of it, I've got about 11 or 12 crocs in my hands, all biting the living daylights out of me. Eventually, I could just not hold any more. These guys were just too many and wiggling around too much. So we made a decision is that we'll go to the nesting area and then we'll start doing the research on these guys there. So after trying to climb out the kayak, getting my feet absolutely soaked, we made it to the nest area. And this place was brilliant. Seeing all the eggshells about, seeing the nest all dug up. Oh, it was amazing. And the trail cam was there and it hopefully captured beautiful imaging of Mum keeping an eye on the nest. So for a good half hour, 45 minutes, we started doing our wee research, measuring these crocs one by one, taking the skin samples, making sure they're all healthy, and then finally releasing them. But unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans. She started hailing it down in rain. It started drenching it. I got absolutely soaked, and we only got to about the 3rd crocodile. So then we had to make the decision to call quits, or the rest of our equipment would just get ruined. So luckily for the other 9 crocs, they got away safe and sound. So then we had to pack up, then get quickly on the kayak and started to rowing back to the boat. Once we got organised on the boat, we were like, okay, this is it. We're finally sore. We'll get home, get dry. But then we realised we forgot the trail cam footage. So then halfway out of the lagoon, we had to go back, get on the kayak, still in the pissing rain, and go and get that bloody trail cam footage. It was horrendous. But we made the decision as well. It's drying up a wee bit. I don't think it's gonna rain again. So we just grabbed a couple crocs and brought them back to the boats for everybody else to see. And then guess what? It started raining down again. So we got to manage to do a couple of measurements on one crocodile. And so then we just grabbed the rest. And then we went back to the wee river bit. And we just let them release. And then this time we did go home on the boat on, I would say, a successful mission. We got a couple crocodiles, not as many as we needed. I got to see these beautiful animals, so I was pretty happy. But also, I was drenched. Well, this is what it looks like from my first experience going catching crocs. It was brilliant. I can't even explain how I'm feeling right now. Honest to God. Oh, that was something else. Unfortunately, we didn't get them all, didn't get to record them all. But there's always next time. Hoorah!